scientific officers of DAE family present here and who have joined us through online for the Faculty Induction Program 2024 today. To increase the quality of learning experience in different educational programs, it has been made mandatory by UGC for a newly recruited faculty to undergo faculty induction program after their appointment in higher educational institutions. The main objective of the mandatory induction programs is to sensitize and motivate the faculty to adopt learner-centered approaches, ICT-led learning, and new pedagogic approaches to teaching, learning, and assessment tools in higher education. Faculty induction has a critical role to play in promoting academic excellence and innovation. This is one of the priority actions aimed at improving the professional capability and performance of teachers to deliver effective and quality learning. Hence, faculty induction programs will include the 4 possible types of development. Personal, which includes interpersonal skills, career development, life planning issues. Instructional, which includes course design and development, instructional technology. Organization, which includes ways to improve the institutional environment to better support teaching. And last, the professional, ways to support faculty members so that they fulfill their multiple roles of teaching, research, and service. However, taking into consideration of the time constraints of scientific officers of DAE, HBNI is conducting the FIP program with the main objective to give you an overview of HBNI ordinances and other HBNI guidelines today. Today is an important day for all of you and HBNI family. Yes, you are going to have additional feather in your crown as a faculty of HBNI in addition to your own and regular feather of being scientific officers at DAE, a unique opportunity for few blessed researchers in our country. In previous years, we used to conduct the FIP twice in a year, normally December and June. But after our new Vice Chancellor, Professor Mudali, assumed office, we are conducting the interim faculty programs based on the need of the stakeholders. So we are going to have an interim faculty program today. With this, may I now request Professor A.K. Tyagi, Dean HBNI, to propose the formal welcome address for the FIP 2024.
Thanks, Dr. Selvin. Professor Kamachi Mudli, Honorable Vice Chancellor HBNI, Professor D.K. Methi, Associate Dean HBNI, Dr. Selvin, Registrar HBNI. I see 4 new faculty members offline and 20 plus online. Welcome to you all. What are the different stages of a researcher's career? One is, of course, you do PhD. In our case, one more is there that we get selected in training school. Those of you who come from training school, otherwise, PhD is an important milestone. Second milestone for some of you could be a good postdoc. Many of you have done good postdoc. Others may do now also. Nothing like a concept of late. Nothing is late. Any time is right time. Third and last important milestone is getting recognition as a faculty member in a university. In your case, it is Harvard National Institute. These 3 or 4 milestones I consider important in one's career. Of course, once you become faculty member, as of now, some of you could be assistant professor. Then you will have different stages when you will become associate professor, professor, senior professor, and you will also be involved in various activities of HBNI, such as Board of Studies, Standing Academic Committees, Dean Academics, and so on. So, in nutshell, today is an important day for you because in this day, you will be formally inducted as faculty member of HBNI. So far, what has been done, your application has gone through different channels, group boards, other authorities in BRC or other CIs. It comes to us, we process, finally we issue a letter of recognition. But formally speaking, it is after you take this induction program participation, you are bona fide faculty member of HBNI. What you are going to be exposed to in next 1 or 1.5 hours? Various guidelines of HBNI, various guidelines of UGC also. Academic ordinance has been revised recently. Codes of practice, do's and don't do's. You recruit a PhD student, what are your responsibilities towards him or her? All these things are going to be introduced to you. Also, what are the rules and regulations which you must follow in rest of your career in DAE, in which you are going to have association with HBNI? Very important to execute responsibilities. Extremely important. One cannot go on saying that I will get only benefit. Benefit comes with some rider, that is some commitments, some responsibilities, which I am sure you all are capable of. In growth of any university, if you ask me my personal opinion, who plays most important role? Of course, here we have VC, we have got Dean, Associate Dean, and so on. In larger sense, it is faculty members who are responsible for growth of any university. HBNI also is no exception. In these lectures by Professor Methi, he will also expose you to UGC guidelines. UGC is quite active. They keep on sending letters, which we all are obliged to follow. We cannot say no to UGC regulations. Of course, you will see more. I will not elaborate further because he has very elaborate presentations. You also perhaps may or may not be knowing that HBNI has signed MOUs with 21 premier institutions in India, several IITs, and so on. So you will also be told what are the benefits you can get from these MOUs. And we have got, of course, 2 international MOUs also, and many more MOUs are under consideration. We are very selective about signing MOUs. We don't want to sign MOU just like that. We do get a lot of requests, but we have our own criteria, own yardstick which we follow. What do you expect from a university? What we expect is one aspect, but you also expect something from us. All these things will be part of this program. After today's induction program, faculty induction program, I am very glad to inform you are formally going to become faculty member of a 6th ranked university in India among research institutions category. This is our latest rank which we secured as per NIRF. With this, I welcome you all and wish you great academic career ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Tyagi. May I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor U. Kamachi Mudali, to present his introductory remarks. Professor, please.
Very good morning, Professor Tyagi, Professor Methi, Professor Selvin, and all the faculties who have joined both online and offline. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for the faculty induction program. The University Grants Commission demands or it advises that every institution should conduct this faculty induction program, and they have also laid down the guidelines for conducting this faculty induction program. If you look at the UGC regulation, it is a 2-month program, a lengthy program. Every faculty who is joining a university should undergo this 2-month induction program, which covers right from the curriculum formation to the result declaration, including all parameters with respect to student admission. Everything will be there in that. So 2 months, new faculty has to spend time on understanding everything, because the entire life they are going to be a faculty. So this faculty induction is a very important and mandatory program. And I know regularly many universities, they prune it and conduct it in 1 month duration. They call it faculty orientation program, because many of the people who join in a regular university are already teachers somewhere. So except for those who are first time joining as faculty. And in HPNI, we have been doing so far 2 times in a year, once in the beginning of the year, January, February, and second time in June, July, because we also induct our faculties consolidated during this period. And I have noticed after joining as the Vice Chancellor that the number of faculties over month by month, you can see the way it is inducted is significant. And somebody who is becoming in March faculty has to wait till July, August to undergo this induction. So he spends more than 6 months without knowing that how, what is the rule and what is the statutory requirements, what kind of codes of practice we have, how we function. And nothing is, known to the faculty. And sometimes these faculties also allotted with students even before they undergo induction program. So we felt in one of our HPNA Academic Affairs Committee meeting that when there is significant number of faculties are inducted, we should definitely try to conduct an induction program then and there, and that sufficient number will be decided by the committee. So we have found now 45 faculties now during this period have got inducted, and now I think today 32 are there, 28 online and 4 here physically present. So we are doing this faculty induction program. HPNA has got a unique structure, as you all know, that we have today 10 institutions, constituent institutions, and 2 off-campus centers. So we have 12 institutions in our fold. There are 4 R&D institutions, 6 aided institutions, and 2 of them are off-campus centers. One is NISER, National Institute for Science Education and Research, which is a full-fledged campus, academic campus, where students from even higher secondary join in integrated MSc. And the second one, off-campus center, was recently inducted just about a few months back. That is Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Cancer Center and Homi Baba Cancer Hospital at Varanasi. So we have 12 institutions today, and we have a very unique structure. Why I am telling, in all the R&D institutions, we have scientists functioning for the DAE objectives who are working on that. In aided institutions, we have scientists come faculties who are doing research as well as teaching. And in the off-campus center, we have full-fledged teachers who are also doing research, and the medicinal sector like the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Cancer Center and Homi Baba Cancer Hospital is a medical facility where there is a medical profession is the main thing, and they also do teaching and research. So we have a unique structure, unlike the other regular universities. So we have accordingly have our rules, regulations, norms, structure, code of practice. Everything is something different from the normal UGC funded or UGC administered or UGC supported universities and institutions. So that is where it is mandatory. It is also mandatory every faculty who is first time inducted into any university, any institution should undergo this induction program, and end of the induction program you should get a certificate, and you have to also give an undertaking, I suppose, and this certificate will authorize you that you become a faculty now. And unless you do this, till that time, your induction is not, confirmed. So those who are not doing today, this is, I think out of 45, 32 are there, 13 are not there due to various reasons. Maybe they are on travel, they are held up somewhere, they are unable to attend. But they must join next time. If they are not able to do this time, next time whenever it is conducted, they should join and they should complete it and get the certificate that they are inducted. This is very, very important. So what do we do here with which, the regular UGC wants in 2 months something to be done, and which is normally done 1 month in some university. We are doing it in just, 1 day, not even 1 day, you can say half day. Okay. That is because that we are not a full-fledged, completely academic university. We are doing research cum academics, and HPNA is very unique in the sense we are postgraduate and PhD research oriented university, and we have our own set of ordinances and the guidelines with the codes of practices. Last time it was done in 2018, and the Government of India and Ministry of Education introduced now National Education Policy 2020, according to which in the last 3 years after 2020, significant changes have taken place with respect to academic norms, procedures and processes. So this academic ordinances and code of practice was recently updated. Professor Meiti, as the convener and committee of HPNI, have modified this 2018 ordinance and code of practice in 2023. That was approved very recently by our Council of Management just about 2 months back. And this is the latest ordinance and code of practice that includes the national education policy, conditions, processes and procedures. And Professor Meiti is a senior most associate dean. He has been in HPNA since 2013. And in fact, he has framed most of these, procedures and processes, and as the best person to tell you over 2 to 2.5 hours. And you should utilize the opportunity also to clarify your doubts, and you should also try to observe carefully whatever that he says about the university norms, our HPNA university norms, procedures and processes, do's and don'ts, guidelines, so that you should be thorough with respect to that before you are going to teach any course, before you are going to take any students for guidance and things like that. This is a very, very important requirement, the faculty induction program, and I'm sure that all of you will utilize this opportunity. And I also want to tell you that the latest 2023 ordinance and its the code of practice is available in our HPNA website. One can, just like that, you can download it, and please go through thoroughly as a new faculty. And this is very, very important. To some of you may not be having a student, but as soon as you get some student, and you will have many doubts that how to conduct, how to go through. And the best thing you will do is that you will try to ask somebody who is a senior faculty, and you will try to understand. And what I suggest is that this ordinance and code of practice you should download, and it gives very, very simple way, program wise, as well as general conditions. Everything is written very nicely. And if you are going to do only PhD guidance, you can read only the PhD portion, PhD single degree, double degree, integrated PhD, all that you can go through and become thorough in that. So this helps you to become a full-fledged faculty apart from your scientific, responsibilities. And this is very important. As you tomorrow, not only guiding student, you will become a member of a doctoral committee, and you will become chairman of a doctoral committee. You may become a dean academic. You may become a member of your standing academic coordination committee of the institute. You have to be thorough with all these, rules and practices and guidelines. So this is a very good opportunity. Please don't break in between. Don't leave in between. Try to listen, because nothing like, by listening to Professor Meiti, like both the books, like you have completely read it. That much you will gain the knowledge, and later on you can refresh that. That is very, very important. In regular, as per the faculty induction, you have to write an examination. It has to be corrected also, but we are not doing that here. But we assume that you will all spend time to make yourself thorough on that. So this is very important, and as our university is growing today, you will be happy to know that in 23-24, we have got 1,050 admissions compared to 850 previous year. So this is a significant number. Out of this 1,050, 350 are doctoral students, and previous year it was about 272. So we are in an increasing spree with respect to admission. So year by year our strength is increasing. The total strength, if you ask me today, is around 3,950. That many students are there, and faculties are 1,225. So we have about 1:3 approximately the faculty to student ratio. So this many faculties are there, and we have a large number of students. So every faculty should be, first of all, once you assume whatever your rank as assistant professor, associate professor or professor, you should be thorough with respect to the guidelines and practices and rules. So that is where this program is done today. Please utilize this opportunity, and then subsequently you have any doubts, clarification, please do not hesitate to contact Professor Meiti or any one of us, any other associate dean in HPNI, and be thorough in that. So people like you are going to be the future. You are going to run the university in future. We are all going to leave with time. So you should be very thorough and you should take care of the university by becoming, fluent person with respect to the rules, regulations, and norms of the university. So I wish to congratulate all of you for attending this program. I am sure that all of you will get benefited, and this will also make our university, a better university out of all. As it was mentioned by Professor Tyagi, we are now 6th rank research university in the country out of, around 280 registered research universities. And we are also 16th rank with respect to the number of universities, around 1,300 registered. And then we are 27th rank. This is compared to all the total institutions in the country. So we want to maintain that, and we want to become a, not like any kind of university which doesn't form rules, regulation, norms. We want everybody to be thorough. We want to follow the rules strictly, and for that this program is very important. Thanks for joining, and I wish you all success and hearty congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your brief introductory remarks. Professor D.K. Maiti, the Associate Dean of HBNI, is a long-term associate of HBNI, the senior-most associate dean, has been well-versed with all our academic rules and guidelines of HBNI, who has acted as the coordinator for this new education policy for implementation in HBNI, and who has been instrumental in revising the ordinances as mentioned by our Vice Chancellor, has been acting as a chairman of the committee to revise the ordinances. So may I now request Professor D.K. Maiti, Associate Dean, to make the presentation on overview of HBNI ordinances and other guidelines for faculty to all the participants. Professor Maiti, please.
Thank you, Dr. Selvin, and welcome to this edition of Faculty Induction Program. And as it was mentioned by Dean and Vice Chancellor, that it's a statutory requirement by UGC that everybody should go through this Faculty Induction Program. We have made it very simple because we have a heterogeneous structure. Some of you, those who are in R&D center, are scientific officer, then joining as a faculty, whereas other institutes like SINP or NISHR, they are joining as a faculty, like assistant professor they join, or reader or something like that, they join, and then their HBNI is giving recognition of HBNI faculty. So these two aspects are entirely different. That's why our recognition also method is also different. For R&D centers, those who are applicant, the application goes through Board of Studies, they review it. Every Board of Studies have their own way of scrutinizing the application. Then they recommend to HBNI. HBNI once accepts, then as per the requirement of the statutory authority, you need to participate in this faculty induction program. Once you complete it, then only the letter of faculty recognition will be issued, otherwise not. So those who are not able to attend this program, they have to wait till the next program. So that is the condition. That's the first way. Here, I don't know how many of you have gone through the web page of HBNI and you know about how HBNI works and all. I'm not very sure about the thing. So I'll just briefly tell you about what is HBNI and what is the, rather know your university that way. Because I have seen in Anushakti itself, many people don't know there is one university like HBNI, whose headquarters is at Anushakti itself. They themselves don't know. And forget about Anushakti, those who are outside, actually employing thing. But even DRC, those who are working, they also don't know. So this is an opportunity that how, what is the university, how it works, what are the academic programs, and how you can contribute to it. It's a both way. That's the thing. So let us start with a little bit about what is HBNI. Homi Bhabha National Institute established on June 3rd, 2005 and started its academic program from 2006. So this is 2024. So still it's a teenager. It's a teenager. Now you can, you know that. And HBNI is a research university and provides education at doctoral and master's level. Since at the master level also, most of the cases there are research involved. We call it is a research university only. And we, even though NISER, the Bhubaneswar campus, they take students after higher secondary in their in their fifth year. Entire fifth year is devoted to for integrated MSc programs for research component. So in that sense, everybody is involved in some part of research. And then like Tata Memorial Center or newly in the, recognized OCC, second off-campus center, they are having MD and DM program in the health and medical and health sciences. They also have very good component of research. So everybody is involved in the research. That's why we call it a research university. And it brings academic programs of 12 institutions of DAE, 4 R&D centers, namely BARC, IGCAR, VECC, and RRCAT, and 8 Grandin institutions under single umbrella. Before HBNI, those were in BARC or any other institute, say IGCAR, they are doing for PhD, for either Mumbai University or engineers who are going to IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay, and then IGCAR people who are mostly to IIT Madras or Madras University. It was distributed like that. Everywhere it was like that. So it was felt that why can't we can have a university which will control all those, will follow UGC regulations, and they can award the degree giving, they can be considered as a degree giving institute. So that's what it came. HBNI has become a Grandin aid institution of DAE on February 19, 2014. Before that, it was running as a kind of a project. So later on, it became independent as an aided institution like SINP or NISER. It is a separate institution. And even though it is a teenager, in this year ranking, see in the research university category, HBNI is placed at 6. University category, it is 16. Overall category, it is 27. Probably in Times of India, this year you have seen in the front page, it came the best university, best research university in entire Maharashtra. It was HBNI. University category also, it was HBNI. Of course, overall, because there were IIT Bombay, it is ranking second or third, that range. Otherwise, HBNI is doing very good in that ranking system. How the academic structure of HBNI, this is a little bit, you have to understand those who are different institute, because many people ask from BARC to central office that how it will be done, where it is very clear that whatever the issue the faculty is raising, that is related to CI. Certain issues are related to CI. Because of close proximity, probably they feel that HBNI can solve and they frequently call. That is not that. That is not under HBNI, certain things are there. I'll tell those while going through. So I'll tell you this part. This academic structure wise, it's a very clear-cut structure, HBNI has standing academic committee of deans. In this standing academic deans, from each institute, at least one dean academic is there. Like BRC is a very large institute and it has many programs. So in each program, at least one dean academic, like physical science, chemical science, life science, medical and health science, and then engineering science, there are many people that are there. So there are 2 dean academic in BRC itself. In a small place like, VECC Kolkata also, there are engineering program and physical science program, there are 2 dean academic. SINP, there are 2 dean academic. Whereas HRI, only 1 dean academic. IMSC also, there are different dean academic because it has a strong mathematics group and physics group. So there are 2 dean academic. So like that, just so that the load is distributed, and they are kind of, dean academics are kind of representative of HBNI in that institute. So any faculty or student, any issue they come across, they should first consult with the dean academic, respective dean academic in their institute. If they cannot solve, dean academic will contact central office, then get sorted out. So that's the thing, because they are attending all the meeting, they only raise the issue that we need to discuss. Then if everybody accepts, we frame a new rule, that rule is implemented. New rule, and that rule we put up to academic council, then academic council of management, then only it clears and we implement. So it is kind of a give and take, that is the way. So dean academic knows all details about it. That is the standing committee of deans. Then it has board of studies. Each discipline wise we have one board of studies. So like those who are in R&D center, when they apply for a faculty position, those who are scrutinized by board of studies, they have certain rules, they followed that, and then only they recommend us. Similarly, if any faculty wants to propose a new program, academic program or a course, wants to start a course, that course structure also is given to board of studies, respective board of studies, and then it is reviewed whether it is following all kind of the requirement, how much course load is there, what should be the credit on that course, who are the teachers, who can participate, what is the requirement of that course for the student, means earlier courses, all those are taken care. Then only it is recommended to HBNI may put it to academic council. All academic matters has to go through academic council. And academic council has all CI directors plus external member and from central office people. Of course, all dean academic and convener board of studies also attend those meetings. So that's how the academic part is done. Then council of management, mostly it is the management part, where there is money involved or certain new course is proposed by a institute which is under HBNI, and they have no clearance from DA itself. So those things are looked by council of management, then only they recommend and they act. That's the whole structure. And individual CI level or say OCC level, it is this, the head of the institute, naturally. It has dean academic, and dean academic is member of standing academic committee, as I was saying. Then dean student affairs, related to student related issues. So every institute has a dean, and there is a nodal officer. Nodal officer mostly not related to any academic part. Because HBNI has to give data to UGC or any other agency frequently, they ask many data. So we also immediately we contact nodal officer of each institute so that they can pass the data, because there's data is involved in each of the CIs in different campuses. They pass us, we just sum up and submit to this thing, where often there is very small time gap, but we do frequently face this problem, and the nodal officers are helping, and that's how things are working in this way. And if we think of doctoral students, then there is a doctoral committee of individual students, there is a guide and students. So all these involvement are academic program. Like BRC has its own mandate, there are programs, there are projects running, but out of those projects, some students are getting, academic degree. So how to conduct that, what are the procedures, what is the minimum requirement, how it is selected, and which course one has to do, how the project, whether publication required, how many publications required, how to submit a thesis, who will review it, all those things is done by HBNI. And of course, it is first discussed with standing, once HBNI prepared, it is discussed with standing academic committee, then it goes to all board of studies, then academic council, once approved, then finally council of management. That way it is done. So if we see the whole, all institutes, you can think of, these are the four, blue color, four R&D centers. And they are, as you know, they are distributed in the four sides, north, east, south, and west. And then these are the aided institutions, IPR in the west, HRI, SINP, IUP, IMSC, and Tata Memorial Center here. Tata Memorial Center has also, ACTRAC one part, that ACTRAC also is under TMC, it is within the TMC. And then very recently, apart from NISHR was inducted as one of the OCC off-campus center. There is no difference in terms of academic program or control, anything. But UGC, those names were proposed while submission of the project to become deemed to be university. That time those institute, whatever the institute, they call constituent institution. Later on, which is added, they tell this is off-campus center. So NISER, that's how it is off-campus center, but as such there is no difference. And NISER became off-campus center in 2016, but it started its academic program under IOP Bhubaneswar. It was running from IOP building itself in Bhubaneswar. So it was like, as a IOP students, they were first. Once the campus got ready in 2016, that time Prime Minister came and inaugurated. After that, it became also, during that time, it became also OCC. And very recently, Homi Bhabha Cancer Hospital and Mahamana Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Cancer Center at Varanasi, they are also under HBNI now as an off-campus center. So we have 12 institutions. As you can see, we have pan-India presence. For this university has a pan-India presence and doing from east, west, north, south, everywhere it is there. And not only that, few more off-campus centers are on the way. Proposal is under frame. It is mostly medical and health sciences program will be there. Okay. We have collaboration with many. We have signed MOU for collaborations with many other institutions, from TIFR to Punjab University, and of course there are two institutes from international like CA and Ghent University. These Indian institutes has advantage. What are the MOU says? This is mostly for academic collaboration. So like, one of our student wants to, the standing academic, every institute has a standing academic committee for a doctoral student. They suggest that for this PhD program, the student has to do these are the coursework. That coursework is not running in BIRC. However, we have MOU with Bombay University, IIT Bombay and ICT Matunga also in near about. So if a program, that kind of academic course is running in one of those, student can go and participate and we recognize that credit. Not only that, if a PhD student is working in such an area, if a co-guide is considered from one of those institutes, that will be helpful. Then any of those institutes where we have MOU, one can become co-guide also. And that has been running. And many engineering students from BIRC are participating in academic courses from IIT Bombay and earning credit. And those credits are considered as part of the requirement. So to meet the total requirement. Not only that, they can, student from those institutes can come to HBNI, one of the institutes, and they can also earn credit from those courses. And they can also choose co-guide from one of these 12 institutes. So it is kind of, academic MOU for the academic programs. The MOU is like that. And few are more on the way, and all these are updated. And what are the conditions with MOU? These are there on the HBNI webpage. We will show at the end. What are the academic programs? See, we have 5-year integrated MSc program running in NISER, which is after +12, +2 level. Then we have MSc program, many MSc programs. Those MSc programs you may not seen in earlier other universities. As of course, there are physical sciences program in 2-year MSc program, which is running in HRI. And now medical and radiological physics in NISER. Nuclear medicine and molecular imaging technology, which is running in Tata Memorial Center as well as BRC RMC Center. So 2-year MSc program is there. Hospital radio pharmacy, it is running in BRC RMC program, RMC Center. Public health epidemiology, it is running in Tata Memorial Center. Occupational therapy in Tata Memorial Center. Nursing, Tata Memorial Center. Clinical research, also in Tata Memorial Center, and the patient navigation is also running in Tata Memorial Center. These programs are kind of skill development program, and they are very demanding. Most of the students get job immediately before completing the MSc program. Of course, in nursing, this nursing is specialized for oncology, cancer area, because TMC and RMC all are, these medical programs are into cancer research and you know treatment, cancer treatment and research. Even the other institute, what I was talking about in Varanasi, they are also into cancer research and treatment. Okay, and clear. I know in nursing uh, there are 20 seats, but hardly one or two remains in India. All they go to Middle East. They are very demanding. They go to Middle East. Anyway, that's how the programs are running. PG diploma, there are diploma, DPARP program is running by BIRC for many more years before HBNA was established. Almost just, I think it is from 60 it is running. Uh, and they are very demanding because any hospital or wherever these X-ray machines or kind of that kind of radiation is there, they need a radiation officer, and that radiation officer, unless they pass the DPRP program or similar program somewhere else and get recognized by AERB, they cannot get that job. So that is also very demanding. And of course, by training school diploma in nuclear science and engineering, these programs are there. We have MSc engineering and MTech program. Those who are joining from BRC training school these days, after this, HBNA is established, they are given option that they can do next 1 year after training school, a full 1 year course, kind of project work, and they can earn MTech degree if they meet the all requirement. AMD, we are running at present at BRC RMC, which is mostly into the radiation nuclear medicine, and then of course in TMC there are many programs. When HBNA was started, there was no MD. Now you see where it has gone. The MD, you know, 98. MD itself it had gone to 98. You can see that how it has grown. That is the MD. Red color is MCH and DM, and the green color is MCH. How it has increased after HBNA is established. So, and it is going to increase because new campus has been recognized in Varanasi, and they are going to start MD, DM, MCH, all programs. And of course, in Vizag also new program is coming up. And then we have certified fellowship program post MD. These are very specialized, those who are doing the oncology after MD in a specific, then further specialization, like within the cancer also, neck and head and neck, or very specialized kind of oncology treatment they learn from the certified fellowship program. As I told, DMMC is also increasing, like these are super specialist program, and medical science program, MBBS is like 4 years plus 1 year intern, then MD again 3 years plus 1 year, then MD actually 2 years plus 1 year, then DMMCH it is 3 year, again 3 year program. So it's quite a bit. But we have also one program, PhD, integrated PhD program for MD PhD. Those who are joining as MD, they can register for MD PhD, and part of their research program in the MD, whatever they do, they can continue and get PhD degree also. That is also is available now. And in general, we have 2 PhD and integrated PhD we have PhD and integrated PhD program, that is 1 or 2 degree. Like those who are joining after MD, they can get a single PhD degree, or those who are joining after undergraduate, whether it is engineering, BE, BTech, or BS or BSc, then they can get 2 degree, like MSc as well as PhD. That's why it's called 2 degree. In applied system analysis, these applied system analysis are like, policy making and nuclear policy and all. Some people have done PhD in nuclear policy. And not only that, we have also economics program, social science program in NISER. So some students also register under these applied system analysis over there. Then we have chemical science, engineering science, life science, mathematical science, medical and health sciences, and physical sciences. Except TMC and new OCC, everywhere physical science program is there. So we produce a lot of PhD in physical sciences. That is the maximum number, almost 40 to 45% in physical sciences. As you can see, 45%, 40 to 45% in physical sciences. as we have many different kind of program, probably you have not heard of, you will see first time here, many regulatory agencies are there for HBNI. Say in UGC, first is UGC, University Grant Commission, which is under Ministry of Education, earlier MHRD, that is one. And they often send letter every week, and they need some data yesterday. It is kind of we get the letter that the data has to be sent yesterday. So somehow we managed to do that, and they also accept that is the way it is going. Then since we have MTech program, MSc Engineering program, we have to satisfy AICT, All India Council for Technical Education, that they have different kind of set of problem and different kind of condition we have to fulfill. And nuclear and National Medical Commission, earlier it was different name, now recently it has become National Medical Commission. So for all health and family, it is under Ministry of Health and Family Sciences, all health, medical and health sciences program or paramedical, that those MSc programs, all are under those. And then we have Indian Nursing Council, since we have nursing program, we have to satisfy their requirement also. Whenever some review is there, from each agency, their people come and review. And we visit all the campuses, wherever the program is going on, and this. And then RCI, which is Rehabilitation Council of India, which is under Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, because some new program is going to start in TMC, mostly on speech therapy, those who are cancer patients, speech therapy. So if you want to start that, we need their permission. So it is like that. All the programs we need parallelly some permission from there, then only we can run. How we are running and all. And of course, there are agencies like National Assessment for Accreditation Council. They every 5 years they do the review how we are doing the program, what is the what is good and what is bad, how where to improve. All those things they speak, and we have to follow that. Next time when they come, they see. Last time these are the comments, how we have acted on those. Let us show that. So they see. Not only that, they will, the members I have seen, I was the coordinator for the first one, especially. That was the first for us also. That was terrific, like 19 people visited, and that visit was for 6 days. And all the campuses, in this meeting only, actually all these was set up during that time, the first visit only. They will arbitrarily go to where are the files, they'll pick up one file, then they will see whether it has been done properly or not. Whether we have bypassed some rule and all, they will check arbitrarily. So that's why we follow very strictly whatever the rules are there, and UGC guideline, or as per, at least as per our ordinance. Ordinance is designed to meet all the requirements, and whether we are following that. So arbitrarily they will pick up one student's file and see. And they were very happy that all those rules we are strictly following. And that is one thing HBNA has been doing over the years. I have seen 11 years, we strictly follow that. So that's one big thing. And of course, this is our own Department of Atomic Energy, they fund. So we have to satisfy every point. Okay? And there are many UGC rules, regulation, the PhD program or different things. We have to satisfy this thing. How many students one can have, a PhD student. See here, whenever you are becoming a faculty after this, it doesn't mean that you are a faculty of, say, physical science, only physical science you can student guide. You are faculty and you can guide life science, mathematics, chemical science, engineering, any student. If your expertise meets that requirement. These days students are working in the mostly interdisciplinary area. So if you have that kind of, expertise is there and you can guide a student, you can take. And often we have, since we have a big, many academic institutions are within HBNI, we have produced students who have worked in robotics area, and a guide was there also in medical and health sciences from TMC. The miniature robot he prepared and how he made and how it can help in operation, very fine operation. So that kind of PhD has also come out. So it is like, one has to, there is no boundary. If your expertise is there, you can take a life science student, a physical science PhD, who is recognized as a PhD from, as a faculty from physical science. He can take a life science student or chemical science, or in that matter, physical science or even medical and health sciences also. So it is that way, that kind of freedom is existing. Okay, recognition of a faculty, how we do. Whenever an individual, as I mentioned, is recruited by CIOCC for a faculty position, there is no further scrutiny at the level of HBNI. CI needs to formally send application, as I was talking about. We have aided institution like SINP, NISA, they recruit as a faculty. So there is no, in those cases, there is no further scrutiny. We just recognize at what level and do that. CIs need to formally send application for such members of the faculty to the central office for the purpose of ratification and records. Because these, whatever we are doing, finally it will go to academic council for ratification. Because they finally know, academic council is the body who recognize all academic programs, faculty and everybody. So that it has to go. And academic designation is done as per the following table I have shown. Senior professor pay level 15 and above, professor pay level 14, associate professor pay level 13A, assistant professor pay level 12 and 13. That is like in BRC, it is like E and F is assistant professor, G is associate professor, professor is SOH, and OS and above is senior professor. That's the level it is done. And once somebody becomes a faculty, no further scrutiny will be there for upgradation. If he is promoting, there is an application form, and there is certain condition. I will come back to that when time comes. You mates, then that proposal comes through Dean Academic. Any paper has to come to HBNI. It has to be routed through Dean Academic because he or she keeps the record there at that end also. It has to come through. We also forward all letters, not to student directly, to the faculty, through to the Dean Academic, through him or her it goes. Sometimes we mark a copy, that is there, sometimes we do, but they know. Okay, role and responsibilities of a faculty member. Now we are coming to slowly, point by point. So guiding doctoral, MD, DM, MCH, MTech, MSc engineering students, as you have seen that. Monitoring students, as a mentoring student as a chairman or member of doctoral committee and other committees. Teaching a course, guiding students for project work as a part of curriculum, like MSc program these days has a project work, or even that matter postgraduate diploma or MTech or MSc engineering, there are project work. Proposing a new course, whether it is online or any new academic program, both way are welcome. If you propose, then it will be, you have to meet all the requirement, what will be the credit, how many contact hour, if there is a lab component, how will the lab, and if you propose also there is some project work, where the student, how the project will be done, all those will be forwarded to Board of Studies, and they will only review the thing. If any suggestion, they will contact you again, it will be contacted, sent back, and finally, once it is established, it will be finally recommended, then it will put up to academic council, then only one can start. Then of course we encourage writing and editing book chapter or book. We have also MOU with CIA, Confederation of Indian Industries, and many of them, and they help in the student placement. And apart from that, Willy, with Willy also we have some kind of agreement, and one can write, edit book chapters or book, and those kind of things are welcome. And here we will encourage only those areas where a traditional university cannot write. We have very niche area that our faculty members are expert. So that will be most appreciated if somebody wants to propose a coursework or even a new academic program or writing a book or etc. So that's the thing. A few points. HBNA faculty members can guide a PhD student enrolled under HBNA from any CIOCC. You are in BRC, and then somebody is from VCC wants to do PhD in physical sciences, one can guide. Absolutely, there is no issue, or vice versa. So they are welcome. And from any discipline required research expertise, match and research domain of the student, as I mentioned earlier also. If a faculty member has less than 3 years of service before superannuation, a co-guide has to be there for a PhD student joining freshly. However, a faculty member who has less than 2 years of service before supervision shall not be permitted to any fresh PhD student under him or as a guide or co-guide. As a guide or co-guide, it is nothing less than 2 years or less. A faculty loses the title automatically at the time of each retirement, resignation, transfer to an institution which is not a CI/OCC of HBNI. However, to facilitate completion of the academic program undertaken by the students enrolled, HBNI may provide a window of 6 months after the retirement, resignation, or transfer. Suppose some students are almost the verge of completion, those just to help it, or even to settle down. 6 months is given so that a new co-guide or new guide is done. So that kind of options are available so at HBNI. Of course, provided his or her CI, that means institute or OCC, also accepts that. Like in BRC, HBNI approves, BRC may not allow him to go inside. So that kind of problem, that is one has to settle. HBNI cannot play a mediator role to settle that entry will be entry should be given or anything. That can be done. Role of faculty members for improving perception of HBNI. In this ranking, whatever I was showing, there are many aspects. One aspect is like how many research papers we publish, and they see number of research papers per faculty. So you can understand these 32 faculty today, those who are going to be recognized after this, they are going in the denominator. So unless you also produce paper and goes into the numerator, the total number of publication per faculty will go down. If you do good, it will improve. That will reflect in the ranking. Not only that, how many PhD students you are producing. So how many PhD students are working per faculty. So those are our important parameter for the ranking system. So all those we are taking, we should inform you that you have to work in that way. And how you will be informed, your publication now and what should be reflected in a dual affiliation wise. Like from BRC, you should, as you are writing for BRC affiliation, write, and maybe you can write down like, A, comma, B. Here I have written AB author, A, say for a BRC researcher, BRC, and B, HBNI full affiliation. Here also, like Homi Bhabha National Institute, so you are also. So both affiliation, you should be, dual affiliation, you should be proud to show that. Because these publications are, whatever we give, total number of publications, they don't accept. But they, through third party, they collect it. Wherever the HBNI name, Homi Bhabha National's name are reflected, those papers only they consider. So unless you put in your publications, it will not count it. So that will not be added to the number of papers per faculty member of HBNI. That will not come into the picture. So eventually it will go. It will not help in ranking. Rather, it will deteriorate the ranking system because denominator is higher now. Dual affiliation in all invited talk. What will happen whenever you are going to talk anywhere? You are before a crowd you are presenting. If you say that I have affiliation with these and these, both affiliation, then they will come to know at HBNI. As I was talking, even in BRC, many people don't know HBNI name. It's a good percentage of name and quite senior. And how to become a faculty. If I say the story, it will be, this is interesting. One senior division head called me. That these days I find email, many BRC scientists, they are writing professor of Homi Bhabha National Institute. Can I write that? Are you a faculty? We don't know how to become a faculty. He doesn't know that there is a procedure in place. One has to apply, one has to get it. I first asked whether you got a PhD. Well, yes, I have a PhD. Have you applied for a faculty? Well, no, I don't know. What? Talk to your dean academic. And who is the dean academic? So that kind of question, senior person from BRC I have encountered. You can understand common person in Anusukti Nagar, how they know about HBNI or outside Anusukti Nagar. Unless you talk about this part, wherever you are presenting, wherever when you are publishing, as a you are going and giving an invited speaker and presenting, or even a poster. If you write dual affiliation, people will come to know, yes, there is one institute coming. These days, because of newspaper coverage, HBNI has come in the entire city, entire state, number one as a university. That's how people come to know slowly that Homi Bhabha National University, some university is there. Even it is, ahead of Pune University, which is quite a, forget about Mumbai University, is much below, but ahead of Pune University also. That's how people come to know these days. Otherwise, there was, so you have a responsibility also in this regard. Wherever you are going to present give a talk, invited talk, present, and in fact, we have made some slide. You can talk about the first slide I was showing, that as an HBNI, that you are also available. Many people don't know, this is our university and we are doing this way. That is enough. People, maybe 300 people will come to know just by your one slide. So that's how the perception will increase, and every institute, this ranking perception part is also there. We are only 19 years old and we have perception a kind of 2.5 out of, I think 2 or 2.5 out of 10, whereas ISC Bangalore gets 10 out of 10 because it is 100, so many years old institute. And if we get close to 9, we'll come within 10, maybe 3-4 university, within that. It matters so much. So it will improve that way. So in your all journal publication, in your all conference presentation, whether it is a talk or poster, or even your students, whenever going to present. Student, if the student is going to get the degree from university, HBNI, then he or she should also mention that associated with that. That is a must. Of course, we have talked to all institutes that in their advertisement for PhD students or any kind of academic program, when they are asking for students, they put that name that it is under HBNI and they will get degree from the Homi Bhabha National Institute. So that Homi Bhabha National Institute also comes in is known to many more people. And outreach program, whenever you are doing, there also if you mention, people will come to know, okay, from BRC these people came. And they are also telling that there is an university and they are also associated with that university. So that's how things will be known to everyone. Okay, these I have written because another part in this ranking system, there how many research projects you have per faculty. See, in a university system, somebody has a project, a small project from an industry, 25,000 rupees. That is also considered by these agencies as one project. Here, we have 100 crore, one project. So number of project is per faculty, there we lose lot. But there was a discussion with all the people, especially for R&D institutes, and it was decided that research project under a faculty, because we have apex project, sub-project, and that kind of, so individual sub-project who are involved, they can also write as a, yes, it is one of his project. Because individual faculty has given, individual researcher has given a small part, he or 2-3 faculty will do that part. Based on all those, there is a sub-project, then it goes to apex project. So we now have talked that way, and everybody has to write in that what are the projects he or she is working with. And once you get a letter of a faculty, then you will be given faculty ID and password, and we have a site where you can put it there, your all about, so that under project, how many students are working, your minimum things we have asked, what kind of expertise area, that in a sense, I have written here that user ID and password will be provided to update your profile, and it can be seen on HBNI web page, and it will be open to all, because BRC, this is not available. And the advantage is when student comes, an advertisement there for PhD program, student will come to know, okay, there is a faculty, he or she is working in this particular area and I have got interest. I want to work with him or her. So that also helps. Not only that, your profile will be known to the whole world. So that way we are providing that. And you should also, how many awards, recognitions received by a faculty, that also these agencies ask. You will not believe a poster award is considered as one award like a fellow of an academy. They treat equally. It's kind of that. Even a student is getting a award, poster award, that also should be informed to HBNI so that we can put in our site and accordingly we can make it. Okay. Participation and presentation in conference by student and faculty. Most of the faculty and students, we also, HBNA also sponsored PhD students to go international, present in international conference. And they also asked that how many faculty members, how many students had attended, in conference and or participated or given a talk or kind of poster presentation. Because there are many universities, this is kind of teaching university. They do not research is not encouraged. To encourage that research component part also they ask this way. So those also we need of it. Invited talk by faculty, then organization of a conference with proceeding where ISBN number is there. That also they ask. Typically NAC every year they are asking how many conference you have organized and is there any bulletin where ISBN, you give the link of that. So they ask all those. And how many faculties are published? Based on, we have now, including you, we are going to have closely 1,500 faculty. So how many such things we have published per faculty? They calculate that way. Okay. And then I will come to UGC rules and regulation. Can you come out and go to UGC? And see that there is UGC rules and regulation. Open that and share it. No. Go back there itself in presentation. Yeah, that's it. Okay, here I will show UGC issues different rules and regulations for PhD. Information standard, minimum standard procedure award for PhD degree regulation 2022. So I'll just quickly go through what are the rules and regulations. Why it is not working? Now it is working. Oh no, maybe battery is down or something. Okay, I'll use base down or whether we can take a foreign student. Yes, it is recognized now. Of course, for DRC it is a problem, but DAE has given approval for few academic institutes, few of our CIs that they can take foreign students for degree. Like TMC is in Bombay, TMC can take foreign students. That kind of permission is given. NICER can take foreign students, and I think HRI can take foreign students, and IMSC can take foreign students. So these kind of post institutes are given. Okay. Going very slow. Okay. So PhD programs shall be a minimum duration of 3 years, including coursework, and maximum duration of 6 years from the date of admission to the PhD program. Exactly same thing we have recorded in our ordinances accordingly. Okay, whatever the rule is there, that we have. What kind of rules is there? There are some kind of relaxation for female scholars, that maternity leave or childcare leave up to 240 days, and what will be the duration of PhD students. Those everything, whatever UGC gives the prescription, we have included in our ordinance. It is there accordingly. Okay. See, allocation of research supervisor. Permanent faculty members working as professor, associate professor of the higher educational institution with a PhD and at least 5 research publications, whatever the criteria they have given, they can be as a research supervisor and all those things. Now they write, this time I find for the first time, PhD scholar working in central government or central government research institution whose degree are given by a higher education institution, scientists in such research institution who are equivalent to professor, associate professor, or assistant can be recognized as supervisor if they fulfill the above criteria. We have been following for last 19 years. Now they are also recognizing that. And we are following exactly the pay scale wise mapping from whatever the scientific officer's pay scale to university scale pay. That's how senior professor, associate professor or assistant professor. Now they, in this 2022 thing, they have exactly followed the same thing. So we are following exactly the same thing. Okay. And here an eligible professor, associate professor or assistant professor can guide up to 8, 6 or 4 PhD scholars respectively at any given time. Some institutes have been putting a lot of pressure on us that assistant professors are very energetic. They want to take more students wherever it is available. Forget about BRC, even professors also don't get that way. Other institutions, a lot of students, they want to take. They always compare with the IIT, one faculty is having 20 students. Why as an assistant professor, I will have 4. How can I compete with that kind of faculty? As recently, UGC chairman came to this our DAE Convention Center for the annual day program of Tata Memorial Center. So we had a short interaction and I asked him that what is your opinion about this? And we are getting tremendous pressure whether we can increase. He told no, nothing doing, we are not going to increase beyond 8, but there is a discussion and maybe soon it will come, whether assistant professor or associate professor or professor, everybody can take up to 8 PhD students. He say more than 8 one cannot guide properly. One cannot guide properly and close it. One cannot guide properly, so it will be listed to 8. My argument was, when I was talking, that assistant professor, normally they are into only academics, they are not given any administrative job. So they have time, they can guide up to 8 students. What is your problem? So yes, I recognize that. And professors often, they are having a lot of other engagement for the academic, beyond academic, like administrative job. So that also he agreed, and he told me that time that it will be very soon, the order will come that everybody will be given up to 8 PhD students, nothing more than that. But it counts whether you are a full advisor or like guide, full-time guide or co-guide. It sounds, they will be treated equally, guide plus co-guide equally. And not only that, and I was talking about 10 years and all, everything is there. Not only that, at any point, the total number of PhD scholars under a faculty members, either as a supervisor or a co-supervisor, shall not exceed the number prescribed, as I mentioned, that 4, 6, 8. They are going to be increased, but that is the thing. Okay. And they also say that PhD scholars should be assigned 4 to 6 hours per week for teaching, research assistancy, so that they are prepared for faculty position or the faculty for the next generation faculty. So actually we have issued circular, NISHR, IMSC, even SINP, VCC, they are doing, but somehow BRC it is not done. So I will request you, if you given a chance, if you get a chance, please engage them at least for evaluation of answer sheet or evaluation of your homework or that kind of thing. Let them understand how the process goes. Yeah, here is, as per UGC, that every semester, every PhD student should give a progress report. We find that it become very difficult for many senior people, so we have made it compulsory annual appraisal. That is a must. Now we have made it, even circular is issued, that if it is delayed more than 2 months, then 2 months is free. Like somebody his annual progress report is due on 31st December and not done within next February, 28th February or 29th February, late registration is permitted by 1,000 late fee. And if it is 2 months, 2,000. If it is more than 2 months beyond that given time, then it has to come through head of the unit with provide proper reason, scientific reason that why it is so delayed. And those students are already on extension. During extension period, this review has to be done every 6 months. So for normal students, it is annually. For those who are on extension, it has to be every 6 months. And here I mentioned, if a faculty member from BARC, he is a faculty of HBNI, and like some people were earlier, faculty of guide of Mumbai University or Pune University, that is not permitted now. Wherever is UGC says wherever you are fully employed, you are permanent employee, only there you can be a full guide, and for other institutions you can become co-guide. So if a student from Mumbai University is working with you or Pune University, you can be co-guide if they recognize or that. And earlier it was one can be guide, now it is not permitted by UGC. Okay, these are the rules. Then I'll go to ordinance. Can you go to course of practice? No, course of practice. Okay. It is here? Here, no. I want to go to HBNI web page. Can you go there? And share it. Keep it down. Yeah. You see, if you go to HBNI web page, then if you click that academic thing, just click that academic site. You find an ordinance. And click that ordinance. Ordinances, there are academic ordinances, academic course of practice. Academic ordinances are brief in nature. They are just what the course, what is the minimum qualification of a student, requirement is there, how the degree will be awarded, very brief way. But course of practice in a detailed way it is given. Click it. It will take you to academic course of practice. And these are the different programs, whatever as I was telling, what are the different academic programs are there. Then academic course of practice, if you click that general, here you will get all the general rule. What is the general rule? Kind of which are the programs we are running, and then how the admission process has to be done. Kind of general or independent of any specific academic program. And what are the credit definition? What does it mean, one credit? Typically in semester system, one full semester, if one lecture is there per week, then it is 1 credit. So it is kind of, normally one semester is 14 to 15, like 15 to 16 week, one semester. So one course, one contact hour per week is 1 credit. If there is lab of 2 hours, then it will be half, like 1 credit. Whether it is normal lecture or tutorial, if it is 1 hour, it will be 1 credit. Entire semester with 1 hour of contact hour. 1 credit means the standard methodology of calculating 1 hour of theory or 1 hour of tutorial or 2 hours of laboratory work per week for a duration of entire semester of 15 weeks. Usually 15 to 16. There will be some leave or maybe one, so 15 weeks. And what is the credit requirement? For a PhD student, if the entry-level qualification is MTech, MSc Engineering, MPhil or such, then 12 credit. In MSc or equivalent, 18 credit. 4-year BS now, it is a recognized program as per NEP, National Education Policy 2020. And they say that they can directly join for PhD, where the entire fourth year is devoted for research project. For such students, they can directly join for PhD as equivalent to MSc students. Like with 18 credit coursework, they can join for PhD program. Now many institutes, earlier only ISC Bangalore was running. Now IIT have started. Many institutes are running 4 years BS program. For integrated PhD, BE, BTech or MBBS or those students, it is full 72 credit. And it says for any course per year, It is like per year 36 credit. So per semester 18 credit one has to run. That's how it goes, like in terms of 18 multiple. And where MTech or MSc students or those who have PGD, they are entry level and their coursework is 36. MSc or entry level qualification for MSc, those who want to do MSc, that is 72. And integrated MSc, that is plus after plus 12, those who are joining, that is 180 credit. That is the minimum requirement. Of course, there are some kind of rider, additional credit has to be earned from kind of, soft skill and other program beyond your academic program. Like somebody is doing BSc chemistry, he should also learn some courses from biology, and that kind of thing is also provision is given. So this is kind of academic program, and there for any exit route also NEP allows now exit route. So now like Naisha, we have integrated MSc program. After 3 years, one student thinks that, okay, I don't want to continue. I want to have a BSc degree. Earlier it was not possible. Now because of NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, HBNI also changed the ordinance, and it says if the students meet such a requirement, we have defined clearly the requirement, then after 3 years one can leave with a BSc degree. Of course, NEP has told after 1 year one can leave, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years. We have not get that because Council of Management didn't agree to that. We have so far, as of now, we have given only one break after BSc one can go. If this kind of credit requirement is met and it is a defined. We have also made it that whatever MSc program in HRI, MSc Physical Science program is running, after 1 year one can go with exit program, then we will give that BSc, MSc 1 year MSc. Now they allow MSc 1 year or PG diploma. That kind of thing is available. And one can enter also MSc program. We have made a certain rule that it should not happen that, say somebody leaving, we have 10 seats available and 4 students leave, only 6 students are available. So 4 students can be taken for the second year, provided some condition we have put in, that they qualified that entry level exam, the same exam, but earlier they could not get it, and they have done these other courses. If needed, the institute will conduct an exam that how much they have understood earlier, or wherever they have done. Because it may happen that they have gone to some, that institute where that course is not that rigorous, and then next year he or she is coming. That is not acceptable. So clearly there was debate, and we have come out with definite guidelines, and this is included in the ordinance, all in the individual program, academic program. Even after, while doing PhD, suppose somebody wants to leave after 3 years, but he published one paper, he or she will publish, and some part is there, then we have like postgraduate diploma research can be done, so that it doesn't go waste. That NEP says that kind of exit program, based on that we have given exit program. Okay. Here it is specifically for academic course of practice for PhD. These are the all guide outline. Then which are the area we have our students get, see. Okay, initially I have given you the general code, then you can sign about computational biology. They are doing PhD in art and planetary sciences, humanities and social sciences, computer science, theoretical computer science. So these are all PhD program, different institutes are running. And of course their requirement, what are the qualifying marks and for each program, and academic flexibility. Somebody has done PhD, MSc in physics, then wants to join PhD in life science, it is permitted, and what are the requirements, what are the rules. So maybe extra credit one can join. Many people are joining from engineering, they have done mechanical engineering, BTech, then joining for PhD for physics. So there are many people, in IMSc I have seen, in HRI also I have seen. So those cases that is permissible, but there is a credit, some physics, or if the student is joining in the physics, so extra credit has to be learned. Or somebody from physics wants to join in life science PhD. So some extra course has to be done, credit has to be earned, but that is permissible. So all those, whatever is permitted by UGC, all we have kept that flexibility we have kept. Of course, each institute has a standing academic committee, and after interacting with the student and what kind of research project student is interested, the standing academic committee often advises some more coursework or which are the coursework the students should do. That kind of things are also outlined in entire, in this kind of ordinance for all programs. Coursework and credit requirements, and then, if some students are doing self-study course or mini project or say credit seminar, how it is to be conducted, that is very clearly written, and one has to follow that. Procedure for change coursework. Initially maybe some coursework was suggested, later on that course is not running or the project has gone to a different direction. Some additional different kind of course will be more helpful for the students. That also it is now acceptable and it is done. Once the coursework is done, the students should undergo this oral general comprehensive examination. This is the first milestone of the student to continue with the PhD program. Like here, usually doctoral committee gives certain kind of topic that students should prepare and come, and general aptitude of the student, whether the student can continue, finish the PhD or not, that is to be examined. So once these such cases, students are passed, then only they are allowed to continue. So I have seen certain cases OGC is taken very seriously, often it is not taken seriously. But I request you all to take it seriously because it may create a burden in next. Because we have seen someday I've talked to people and seen that the student was not that good in OGC, but we thought you will pick up, but finally could not do. And that was it turned out to be a litigation case because in 5 years student could not do anything. Then finally he says, my guide could not guide me properly and my entire 5 years is wasted. Now guide should compensate me. And find a case. He should have been told bye-bye in the after first year itself. It would have been good for the faculty, for the institute, for the student. The student is not fit for that. So take your proper judgment and whether to continue with the student or not to continue. Otherwise it may lead to many complications. So I'll suggest everyone to be, take right judgment. Don't be, ऐसा मत करो तो भाई student का career खराब हो जाएगा. You may be leading the student into a very bad direction. He's not fit for that, or she is not fit for that kind of program. Maybe some other program which students don't know, see the good amount of fellowship these days it is given. They take up a project and not able to handle it. So it is better after 1 year at least you say, you go to change the faculty or go to some other kind of program. You are not fit for it. That is the thing OGC is there. I'll tell you in US universities, many of the US universities, they say goodbye clearly. Whatever the coursework you have done and the project, everything is done, it is eligible for MS and don't continue. They give MS and say go. Clearly. And that's why they are able to keep the standard that high. And there is no review, no thesis goes. Most of the university does not send the PhD thesis for review. The doctoral committee says, yes, the student has contributed significantly, new contribution is there to earn a PhD degree. That's it, done. University will agree and give a degree. Otherwise, no. So that means what? And they are very blunt about it because they think of the institute, they think of the student also. That unnecessary student's career will be, in nowhere, it lead to nowhere, and institute standard will be kept high. So that's why they say very clear, that kind of, probably in future you have to take that kind of decision very strongly. Then only our university standard will also go up. Otherwise, many mediocre PhD will come out. So that's why this OGC, you will find out most of the university doesn't have. Just foreign universities have, and that is the cutoff, we have kept it. Sometimes I have seen, as a chairman, I have seen many doctoral committee, at least 2 cases I know, I was not happy. I told I cannot sign it. After 3 months, the student will appear again. If he cannot meet the requirement, then we have to think different way. You will not believe the student came, gave the year, and naturally the guide was very unhappy, and the student was also very unhappy. But after 3 months, it was a wonderful presentation, and he made it like, flying. So that kind of thing also required. So you have to take a kind of decision on that way. So I request you all to take that kind of decision. Okay? Okay, complete the allotment of PhD guide, and those things are there. So all, as you can see, details as I was talking here, whatever UGC regulation as per, we have outlined detail in the ordinance. So if you go through detail, then it will be, you will come to know the exact thing. Minimum period of residency. Minimum period of residency we have kept 2.5 years. Often what happens, these days job, you are not very sure. Some students have done very good, and after 2.5 years he thinks he got a job. And now he has already published paper and done a lot of experiment, but he needs time to complete the analysis, data analysis, and write the papers and write the thesis. So the student wants to take up that job, and he say some faculty position somewhere he got it. College, many engineering colleges, especially I have seen in engineering colleges, they get job. Then what to do? We have kept that option. After 2.5 years, if the committee feels, doctoral committee is very powerful. If the student has done enough work, just data analysis and writing thesis is left, after 2.5 years, a student can be given out of campus completion of PhD. So, but what we need, wherever he or she is taking the job, he has to give a submit that they have no objection to continue with this PhD program. And doctoral committee gives a letter that all works are done, just data analysis and paper publication and thesis writing is left. So after 2.5 years, off campus also one can do. And minimum residency period is 3, that I want to submit my thesis, I am done after 3 years. Minimum one has to stay there after 3 years. 1 year within that coursework and OGC, then within 2 years, if somebody is done, he is ready to submit. That is as per UGC. These are all we are following as per UGC. Extension, normally we give 1 year extension, 5 to 6 years. That 1 year extension can be given, but 2nd year extension, there is an extension charge. So as of now, it is 20,000 rupees. So for 6th year extension, 7th year extension. 6th year without charge, any extension fees, if it is recommended by doctoral committee, HBNI gives that extension. So one has to be careful on that. And there we have also, as I was mentioning earlier also, students are encouraged to present their work in international conference. So they can go, but we have a requirement that how many, what is the grade the student was awarded in their annual progress review. So those are important. So accordingly, if student is good, that kind of things should be given. Otherwise, if the student applies, the grading is lower, cannot be given. Of course, then there are annual reviews, and then publication requirement is there, then pre-synopsis seminar, and reviewers recommendation names also. There are many rules of all those things, and one can submit thesis. So there are different rules how the review process goes, who can be suggested as the reviewer. All those things are given in our ordinance. If you go through, it is there on the online. That's why I took it up from the online. Everything is given. Okay. So how to conduct the Bhavavosi exam, and there are certain additional things I will tell you. If the student can be transferred from one CI or OCC to another within HBNI. If the student is from outside some place, and then if we have MOU, then equal rule applies. If there is no MOU, then we have made some kind of rule. The institute has the current NAC grading A+ or above. The institute has NRF ranking top 50 university category, or it is a INI status like IIT or NIT, those are central university. This kind of, and then okay, that already I have shown. If it is a turned out to be a classified work, especially for DRC kind of thing, then how to conduct that also we have written very clearly. Then if there is some patentable result, how to go about it, that also we have mentioned very clearly. So that way, PhD program, if you see, the total is very, rest of the programs are very straightforward. Simple coursework and mostly coursework, and if the credit meets the passing on. So that part is done. Can you go back to my original thing? Oh, ये में जाइए. That folder. Back by, yeah, there. See, there are certain rules like I am saying faculty guidelines for faculty, then guidelines for selections of reviewers. So these are HBNI documents are available. If somebody wants, we can write to registrar or someone or any dean academic. There is a media guideline for selection of reviewers for PhD thesis. Similarly, the code of ethics and code of conduct of faculty, and faculty and other functionaries. There are approved document by academic council approved, then guidelines of the faculty of the PhD program. Oh, sorry, what is that? Guidelines, no, not that. I wanted 11.
ब्लड टेस्ट इज ओके बट स्कैन तो कर लीजिए ना कैन कितने महीने हो गया लास्ट स्कैन कब किया था अपन हाँ देखिए वो दवाई है ना इतना अच्छा वाला दवाई नहीं है इससे तकलीफ हो सकती है
Some doctor is there. Okay, so there are guidelines also faculty that even after retirement also, if somebody has a fellowship, kind of 5 years like Rajaramana fellowship or JC Ghosh, there are many fellowships, INSA fellowship, one can continue as a guide. So those kind of guidelines also available. If somebody is interested, one can write to HBNI central office, any dean academic or registrar, and can be. So with that, I complete the total thing. I'll come back to my presentation back. तो मेरा original presentation में जाओ. हाँ, ठीक है.
Session is open. Questions?
No, I'll tell you that. So I'm just coming to that. Wish you all the very best for your endeavor as a faculty of HBNI. And if you have any questions, specific question, I'm ready to answer.
Now the session is open. Professor Maiti has given a brief and elaborate introduction about the various aspects of the HBNI ordinances and guidelines. So may I now request to any of the participants to have any queries, if there is any. I think Professor Maiti is ready to answer those queries. If you cannot open these things, we can type it in the comment box and we will try to answer this. If there is any difficulty in asking the questions. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, switch on the mic, sir, so that others can hear.
Is it audible, sir?
Yeah.
Actually, I have, in our division, we have one JRF student who is supposed to complete by next year, but unfortunately, because of some things, he is not able to complete next year. He has to take the extension. And for him, what is about the stipend and other things? What is the
stipend is for 5 years. That is
5
very
years.
clear.
There is nothing extension.
DAE has some kind of pension thing is there. So BRC also follows different rule, like I think some 25% student can get some kind of money is there, some 25% or 50%, something is there. That is for 6 months only regarding stipend. But academic extension, yes, student can apply to Dr. Committee, then it will give academic extension. Money matter, no. This is controlled by individual CIOCC. Though they have to put up to appropriate agency and find out. But there is an option that I think a DAE has permitted that I think 25% students can get up to 50% for 6 months or something is there also.
Okay.
Any questions have been typed there in the comment box?
Say some students is presenting in international conferences. So who will pay for their travel?
HBNA gives travel grant, and this is under revision. It is not under revised, but we have proposed up to 2.5 lakhs in US or in that matter, and Europe I think it is 2 lakhs or something like that. It has been proposed. But as I was mentioning, if the student has in last 3 annual progress review got minimum A grade. A grade means I think we call very good, at least good, then only it can be considered. And if the conference is very good, there are certain criteria is there, let's say, and the recommendation, there are standard application form also, and it has to be recommended by the doctoral committee. Doctoral committee takes care of the student, so it has to come through the doctoral committee.
In fact, this is the uniqueness of HPNA, which is encouraging students to take part in the conferences. That is a special program called as FTA, Foreign Travel Assistance, is provided to all the students. So far, we are offering this to all the JRFs other than the employee students. And in fact, in the recent Council of Management, our chairman, Professor Moganty, has suggested that it can be extended to employee students also. So that is in discussion, it is not there. But now recently we have increased the amount of fellowship. The committee has been constituted, and this is going to be accepted by COMS.
Sure.
Ma'am Suchandi, Mike.
Integrated PhD.
Integrated PhD, whether it is applicable for employees also if they want to do?
Yeah.
BRC?
BRC, like those who are joining after BTech, they can do MSc engineering and PhD. Exactly, many people are doing.
And pure sciences?
Pure science, those who are talking after BSc, if they join, that is available. Like earlier, so that is a problem, because if somebody pure science BSc, because we do not have MSc degree running here.
Because I am from RMC and one of my colleagues, she is a BSc.
There is a problem.
Those are having masters as per the rules of HBNI, and because we have guidelines from UGC, we cannot admit that. We don't have any MSc masters program of about that.
Then cannot be done. If somebody is joining, say, NISHA after BSc, that integrated PhD directly one joins. So MSc and then PhD. Need not do separately application for PhD, and some of the MSc research work, kind of project work, will be taken to PhD, so that will be faster also.
So that person can register in NISER
But the student has to go there.
or go there?
If that is permitted, that's fine.
Okay.
Rohit, is there anything in comment box?
No, it is coming. The same reflection is coming.
I have one question, sir. Sir, is it only the students should attend only the international conferences, or if you see in accelerator community, there are some schools, international schools
The
like.
school, this time we have included schools also.
Okay.
If provided there is a presentation also after the school or something.
Okay. Generally, what the thing is in the
No,
schools.
that was considered and it is included, but that new thing has to come. It has not been.
Sir,
It has not,
as of now, it is not accepted,
it is not accepted.
but already discussion has been done there, and the committee has submitted its recommendations. If the student is having a presentation in the school also, it may be considered. But still, as of now, it is
not
not
clear.
permitted.
We have not
It's not
received
clear.
the
We are not clearance from the.
Generally,
Hopefully it will be done.
Generally, in universities or outside universities, they give as a credits for these 2 weeks. They can go take the credits also. Is it possible?
No, credit
this
is
type
not,
of things?
because we, consider those credit, we recognize those credits which are under MOU,
Okay.
as I mentioned,
Not in
or within our CIOCC. All CIOCC treated equally. Somebody is in BRC and attending a school in VCC, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I sincerely hope that all the brief points were clear. So far, there was no questions from the participants who attended online.
There is one question.
Sir, excuse me.
Yeah, Ajikar.
There is a question from IG. Please
IG
proceed, sir.
Sir, present we are having technical advisor.
So there
So
is
we
some
want to
issues
convert
in
to
your
the guide
mic,
ship.
it seems. Sir, if possible, please type it. There is some problem. Your voice is getting chopped.
No.
Your voice is getting chopped.
Okay, you can send me an email, any of us, we will answer you, because the voice is not clear. Okay?
Sir, later we can send a message to Professor Methi, or you can call him over phone, say he will be
Yeah.
clarifying all your doubts.
Yeah, we can answer that.
Right. So, there is no more questions. Sir, shall we conclude? So, in that case, I thank Professor D.K. Maiti, Associate Dean of HBNI, who has acted as a chairperson to revise the ordinance as per UGC guidelines and NEP 2020 initiatives, for his neat and elegant presentations on the overview of HBNI ordinances and other guidelines for the faculty, and explain the facts and answering the queries from the participants. Has briefed it in a nice way, starting from the academic infrastructure of HBNI and taking into consideration of all the regulatory agencies and role and responsibilities of the faculty members and the pride of being a faculty member in HBNI. And he has made a request that to increase the perception, all the faculty members are requested to use the dual affiliation, and it is necessity of the hour, as well as to mention about the project work, all the research outcomes, the HBNI affiliation has to be mentioned. All these things he has made a beautiful presentations, and to improve the standard or to maintain the standard of HBNI, it is very essential that OGCE has to be taken care very seriously by the faculty members. And he has said that it is the right judgment has to be made very clearly. All these things are made in a vivid and a clear manner. So on behalf of HBNI, I thank Professor D.K. Maiti for such a lucid presentation. I take this opportunity to congratulate you all for becoming the faculty of HBNI. Through this venture, now you will be having a chance to become an official examiner to evaluate the doctoral or ME MTech thesis and be an examiner for various teaching programs of IITs, NITs, universities and colleges in India as well as abroad. Yes, you will be recognized as a teacher also for those who wanted to be a guide and research supervisor. My heartfelt congratulations to you all. Coming to my business, the formal vote of thanks, I thank Professor A.K. Tyagi for proposing the formal welcome address to the faculty induction program. I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Kamachi Mudali, for his nice introductory remarks. I sincerely thank all of you for your passions and participation and interactions and involvement. And once again, I congratulate all of you for becoming part of our HBNI family. Together, we win and achieve. I thank Mr. Sachin Kodkar, our staff of HBNI, for making all their necessary administrative and technical arrangements for the successful completion of today's FIP program. I thank Mr. Rohit from the IT team and Mr. Anurag for making all the IT-related support for the successful completion of the program. Before I conclude my vote of thanks, I want to say a few words. Now you have been recognized as the faculty of Homi Bhabha National Institute, the institute which is carrying the name of the legend Homi Jahangir Bhabha, the great visionary and father of the nuclear energy program in India. He was a perfectionist and would leave no point of suspicion while working on any project. He was and is an inspiration to the entire DAE fraternity. I wish to quote a famous quote from by Gopi Baba at this time. For each man can do best and excel in only that thing of which he is passionately fond, in which he believes, as I do, that he has the ability to do it, that he is in fact born and destined to do it. Congratulations once again, HBNI, Homi Baba National Institute. This is your institution. Make you proud of it and make it proud of you. All the very best. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद.